A Maryland police officer recently found himself on the wrong side of the law. Authorities in Prince George's County accused this man of creating, quote, substantial risk of death to a person he arrested while on duty. A court later agreed with prosecutors, but that didn't stop the officer from showing back up around town. Our John Henry found out this is a saga that's enraged some leaders in the city of New Carrollton. He joins us now with brand new reporting. John?
Hi, Charlotte. Since this story first aired Wednesday, 3 politicians have told me they have gotten multiple calls today from residents about the events surrounding this arrest. It was an incident that struck a chord in New Carrollton and across Prince George's County.
Let go of the officer's leg. Let go.
On June 19th, 2021.
Calm down. Calm down.
New Carrollton police officers respond to a call for a burglary.
Let go. Let go.
Soon, they find their suspect, this man in the white shirt.
Let's go.
Sergeant Jeffrey Harris arrested that man, but when he put him into a cruiser, he did something authorities said broke protocol.
Get up in that car. Get up in that car.
He placed him in the car upside down.
Watch out, Jay. Watch out, Jay. Watch out, Jay. Stop.
The man's head sat on the car's floor. His feet dangled in the air. The events in this body camera video shocked New Carrollton council members like Brianna Urbina and Katrina Dodro.
I was just completely aghast.
The manner of the assault that took place is exactly how Freddie Gray died.
The Prince George's County State's Attorney's Office said Harris created a substantial risk of death to the suspect. It later charged him with misdemeanor second-degree assault, reckless endangerment, and misconduct in public office. Just before that, Police Chief David Rice turned over the investigation into what happened to another police department.
We sent it out to a sister agency to have complete transparency.
But that desire for civic transparency would ultimately not transfer to the rest of New Carrollton city government. On January 26th, a judge sentenced Harris to 45 days time served for his actions related to the suspect's arrest. 8 days later, he would offer Chief Rice his resignation. But in Harris's letter to the chief was a surprise. He revealed he had already been offered a new job elsewhere in New Carrollton city government.
To hire him back on the city, paying for him, is just completely egregious.
WUSA 9 acquired more than 100 pages of internal documents from New Carrollton through a public records request. Emails show on February 6th, Harris accepted a job as the city's fleet services manager per New Carrollton's HR administrator, despite the fact the city said it knew he had went to trial and had been found guilty on the 3 charges, including misconduct in office. City data shows Harris is eligible to make roughly the same amount of money he did as a police sergeant, but Urbina says he definitely has better working hours now.
He was essentially given a promotion in the position that he currently holds.
The council member said they learned about Harris's hire from residents and added his new position wasn't publicly advertised or even budgeted for.
He is being paid not in accordance with our published city budget.
Harris's employment blindsided others too. The city attorney emailed Mayor Felicia Nimhard in February. He said Harris should have been fired from the police department 2 months prior. So who gave Harris a new job? Well, the city's HR administrator wrote the city attorney she authorized it. But several city officials told us they don't believe that's what happened.
Nothing happens in the city of New Carrollton without the mayor's expressed and authorized consent.
The council members said under the city's charter, since New Carrollton currently lacks a city administrator, the mayor was the only person who could make such a hire.
I emphatically believe that she did.
We reached out to the mayor to ask her if she hired Harris and why. She never answered our question. We repeatedly contacted Harris via email to ask him whether he thought he was qualified for his new job. He also did not respond. But a family friend who claimed to get our contact information from Harris said the former sergeant was being treated unfairly.
He's a very good-hearted, good-natured, compassionate.
Get up in that car.
That did not sway the council members we talked to.
Even if he had been the most seasoned fleet manager of all time, this is a man who violated the public trust. This is not a person that we should be hiring for anything.
So, Charlotte, we reached out to Mayor Nimhard today one more time for clarification to the question, who hired Harris? Over the phone, the mayor never mentioned having any direct involvement in the decision. She said she's entrusted hiring with the city's HR department, and she once again pointed us to this document, which said Harris's hire was authorized by Human Resources. We should note the same letter added the authorization came at the recommendation of Police Captain Mark Butler, who claimed Harris had been certified in a fleet management program.
John, did Butler do anything else?
Well, the mayor and HR administrator both said he offered to write Harris's resignation letter to the chief, but Harris decided to write his own ultimately. Butler hasn't responded to our request for comment. Either way, the HR administrator was adamant today while speaking with us on the phone that she made her decision to authorize Harris's hire, quote, in conjunction, end quote, with Butler and the police department.
Now, John, does the police department have the power to make such hires?
Well, Charlotte, Chief Rice says no, and he maintains no one in his office did, especially since he says he's in command of Butler and Harris's new role does not fall under the operational purview of police.
I don't have anything to do with the hiring of anything other than in the police department.
All right, John, thank you so much for that update, and let us know when anything else new happens with this situation.